Oh, good morning or hello there. Welcome to Marketing Class, Marketing Minute by Socially Inclined. I'm Jess.
I'm Julie.
And today's topic, woo, it's important. This is going to be more of a make you feel better by sharing all of the struggle that we have with the last 10% and just kind of embolden you to believe that you can still be successful even if you struggle to complete things. But the goal of it is to help show you that it's common and help you get past that so that you can finish that last 10% and see more revenue, see more reach, clients, engagement, etc.
Yeah, most of us as entrepreneurs feel like, oh my gosh, like you get down on yourself because you didn't finish something or it's not 100% like to your perfection standards. Because
Mm.
perfectionism, if you're an entrepreneur, you come with a certain skill set. And it leans a lot of times towards the ADHD side, the creative side of the brain, and trying to do all of the things. And, anyway, because we can do them, we
Mhm.
think we should do them. And then what had happened is that some people stop, they only get the first 10% done. Okay. Which is worse. But a lot of people push through and they get it and they get it up and they get it for sale or they get it like their book like 90% done, whatever it is, like apply it to anything. You can probably think of 10 things, I guarantee you, that are at a 90% completion. And by 90% completion, those can be things that you have out there selling, like, and they can be out to the public. Or they can be at 90% and that last 10% be just sitting on the shelf somewhere, like waiting. Like the Grit, Grind, and Grace book that I've been working on for, I don't know, 3 years. I'd say it's 90%. There's a planner or workbook that goes with it that's at 90%. So just in the
I got a really good one, man. This is so good. This is a perfect example. So back when I knew that Julie also knew that I was going to be out for a little while because I was prego and it was approaching June. I wrote this really good teach, nurture, sell email sequence, and it has like 12, 15 emails in it that people get from us for over the course of like 6 weeks. And it was fantastic. It was great. It wasn't, teach, nurture, sell. So it wasn't like this was 15 sales emails. This is for someone to come in and get to know mine and Julie's style for teaching marketing, right? And you might have gotten them, Tina. You might still be getting them. I know you've been around a little longer than that. Anyway, we're looking and we have like, what was it, like 460 opt-ins a month. And we're like, why aren't these people converting better? And it's because I had only added one of our opt-in forms to the automation trigger. So which means that only about 15% of that number was actually getting that email sequence. Because I didn't do the last 10% of making sure that the execution was in place.
And this directly correlates to what our 2 week ago, if you're catching this on
Tina might not
replay.
have gotten them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You might not have gotten them. Directly correlates to the imperfect action that we talked about. Because really, to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to let go of the perfectionism. So you have to live in that imperfect action space, I feel like. Otherwise, you don't get any momentum. You don't get to the 90%. But a lot of times, by the time the last 10% gets here, it can be anything. It might not just be a desire to not finish the project. And again, the project could be finished. It just needs more. It needs help getting to 100%. So
Yeah, so I'm curious, y'all drop it in the chat, like if you have anything like this. Because I
Exactly.
know, or if you're willing to admit that you have anything like this, you have a product or a service, or it might even be a really good social media post. They don't all have to be big honking things. Like maybe you were planning a 5 post series where you were going to launch something or really push to reach some goal, and like you just haven't finished that last little bit.
Yeah, and they can be tiny, like look at the graphic here. It says welcome to marketing class. Well, like we branded it as marketing minute. So to go back and like put that in. Yes, this is appropriate. It is working. You probably wouldn't have noticed, but I just want to point out that that is a 10 percenter, but does that make a huge difference to the bottom line? And the reason why we want to bring up the 10% is to correlate to the bottom line. Okay. So it is not for busy work. It's not for whatever. It is to identify the things that you can do as a last 10% to grow, to, put yourself out there to increase the bottom line, whatever that is. So that is not one of them. Like changing this graphic is not one of them. So if we choose to change this graphic, then we're choosing not to work on something else. And again, we've stated about 1,000 times that we have lots of balls, lots of things juggling. So do most entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs, like Tina, are multi-passionate entrepreneurs, and she's got her hands in like lots of different things. Some of you are not, you're very compartmentalized, but still within your business, there are things that you've got going that are, lots of moving parts and pieces. So, and I'll say I used to own a sign company for a long time, for like 10 years. I owned a personnel company too. But with that, it was something that I couldn't control all the parts and pieces of because we had employees and like everything. And I had such a desire to sell that off and get back to something that I can control 100%. And we
Like
did do that. Yeah, we did do that. And I did do that well for a lot of years. But then there comes a time that you just have to kind of decide, okay, do you want to get back to really growth or whatever? So every situation is different. Everyone's, 10% is different. We have, I don't know, we have 110%, 100 different things.
I know. I was supposed to make a list, but then we got separated from that for a week and I forgot.
Yeah. No, but
Um,
I think that's fine.
I just want to jump in and say, Irene makes a really good point. My problem is following through. I have a blog that I should have done last week. I am never sure if it's okay to post. So that's definitely a factor in that last 10% too. A lot of times, I guess imposter syndrome's a real strong word to say, but like you kind of get through it and you've done the thing and you're getting ready to do that last 10%, right? I'm going to talk about in a second a few things that we have that we haven't even properly promoted or launched yet. But questioning yourself is a big part in this too. And I don't have the answer. It's kind of just more like mind over matter. And you have to believe that you're where you are for a reason. And you can do your best and forget the rest. I'm just going to throw a whole bunch of like colloquialisms.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, a whole bunch of those in there. But just post it. Irene, what's your website? I mean, your topic isn't like...
She's an affiliate marketer. So, and I can't remember if she's in the skin, like, I think she's sort of niche specific.
I would... kill me, but I would say as long as it's not like sex toys or something, it's probably safe to post.
Well, maybe I'm thinking she might be talking about perfectionism wise. Like, is it okay? Not okay as in timing or...
No, I get it. That's why.
Maybe quality. But if you could clarify, is it okay? Number one, it's okay. Like if it's not a quality, like you're worried about quality issue, it's okay to post a blog as many as you can, shoot out, especially when you're in affiliate marketing.
Irene, were you here last week when I was talking about YouTube, or maybe it was the one before that? I think it was the one before that, because I remember seeing Julie's face when she was like, okay, which point? Wrap it up. But like YouTube, video stars, like people who, or not stars. I don't really watch
They
the
are.
stars. The people I watch on YouTube are because my in-laws, they love to watch these. Believe it or not, my in-laws watch YouTube exclusively in the evening, and they watch these RV travelers. So like I know more about RV YouTube stars than any other kind of YouTube star. But this guy was talking about looking back a month ago and then 6 months ago, and if he wasn't totally grossed out or cringing by the content that he put out that got him where he was, then he wasn't improving. Which I think was a perfect takeaway for me as a marketer. And I think it's a perfect thing for you, Irene, is you cannot expect to get better at anything if you don't start doing it. It's the principle of specificity. It's the same thing with like running, exercise, any kind of thing. You have to do the thing to get better at the thing. So if I'm not sure if it's okay to post comes from a place of you're not sure of your quality of writing, you got to just start getting it out there.
Exactly. And I feel certain that it will resonate, that the one in that 10% vein, I would, if it's a blog post, I would make sure grammar and spelling, because you've got these negative Nellies that will leave you a comment or whatever. So,
or send you an email with
just install Grammarly. Like I actually we write so much that I pay for Grammarly, because of, and it just checks everything, because we are in imperfect action mode 99.9% of the time, that the quick read and making sure that I hit everything. So Grammarly for the win. I need to get an affiliate link for that. We have them, but it's a good thing. I need to start. Here's another 90%er thing. Like something that we should do is start highlighting all these tools that we use. I should do a little video in our group and put a guide in there. That's on the wish list.
Oh, Marcy. How about I made a story over the weekend after setting up a client meeting because of my music selection, which was just an upbeat, fun song. People thought I was moving. I got a few people inquire. Well,
let me say, it's kind of like the same thing as bad press is good press, like whatever. So it doesn't matter.
Any press is good press.
Comments, the engagement on that, it showed it to other people, and they typically read the comments, which keeps them on the post longer, which signals to the algorithm, and then they'll see your next post. So, yay. That's why people, so on Reels, these are so annoying, but you'll see something with 3,572 comments, and when you think, oh, it must be a good one, and like you don't see what it is, so then you're scanning through all those comments to see whatever it is that's supposed to be there, and all the comments say it's not there. I hate videos like this. My mother's brother went outside to do the blah blah blah, whatever, like all of that. It's keeping you on that post so that you see their next post. So yay.
I love Savita's. My new mood is what if it works? Yeah.
Right.
That's great. I like that too.
Irene, what if it were? What if that blog brings in traffic from Google and actually, shows your product and they actually reach out and buy it? How wonderful. Or I assume it's something to buy or whatever, That'd be a great problem to have.
We're going to have to bring Tina on the podcast because I feel like she just speaks words of encouragement that like align with us. So Tina, she says, so you are the approver, but we forget that we seek the invisible approval, but here's your permission to approve it. Post it. There you go, Irene. Post it.
Post it. I mean, what
he's posting a crypto mining watch, which I know nothing about.
Yeah, I don't either.
But if you're trying to make money off of it, I imagine it's not, if you're trying to make money off of it through traffic and SEO, which is the purpose for blogging, it can't be something illegal.
No. Crypto, buying crypto is what it is. And it's probably the watch part is like just watching because it cycles up and down.
Yeah. I understand what crypto is. I guess, and I can context clues. It's probably a tool to help you make money off of market that way with like day trading, but for crypto. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's something
Good
there.
job.
Whew,
So your
I'm
last
not a
10,
moron,
so
promise.
the posting the blog, we'll go ahead and say is in that last 10%, is the beginning of that last 10%. But I would also, just to further drive that home, I would look at putting a social post out that leads, or multiple, schedule some social posts that lead back to that blog.
Mhm,
Do a reel, do a whatever.
mhm.
So see where the 10% can get.
All right. So picture it. It's March 2021, and Jess just spent 20 plus hours creating a posting plan for fitness businesses. All right, are you there? Are you in the story? Are you in the moment? And we still haven't really launched it. There you go, folks. We still
Oh,
are missing the last 10%. Yes, we have an opt-in for it. And but it kind of
give
comes from,
context. Give context. I mean, some have been sold, but it's only by accident that they sort of have found it. I don't know. Like there's been 56 that have been sold, which is
and I would like to say, Jate, thank you very much, has gone through that 30-day posting plan. It is
yeah.
fire. Jate, how does it make you feel to know that yours truly, like we still, everything that we do and that we've done well, there are a lot of things that we still struggle with. And that's what we really wanted to show up today with, is to hopefully inspire you to keep going. But would you believe, Jate, that 2 years later, we have still not properly launched that product?
And that was, so we've been on this mission this year. We've been our word for the last
18 years.
for sure the last
Streamline.
simplify,
Oh crap! See,
streamline, like do
simplify.
more with less. However you want to say that. Like take the things that we have, find out what's viable, and really do the full 100% on those. So we're making a list of all of these things that we have and have sold, have gotten great feedback on. Because I know Jate's, you know, feedback was great on that product. So, but then something else comes up because we are overcommitted, period. We're just overcommitted. Something else comes up, like, I don't know, anything. I'm not throwing anything out. But and it just spins you away from it. So then it's like you can't get back to it. You can't get back to it. That's why I'm a batcher. That's why I want to sit down for 8 hours and I want to do something and I want to try to get not just to the 90%, but to the 100%. But I usually have to stop at the 90%. And it's terrible. So, all
Yeah.
right. So here's your action item for today, because these videos, we're going to give you some more examples, but the big takeaway is that everyone has these. And I want you to write down, and they can be big, small, whatever. It can be a course that you're trying to get out. It can be a blog post that you're trying to get out, whatever. Identify, not to overwhelm you. Okay. Because looking at this yesterday for Jess and I was like a busted day. Busted. Like just, we felt terrible at the end of the day. Today's a new day. Because we were trying to write down and identify all of the things that are at a 10%. Number one, identify, do we scrap them? Even though we put 90% into them, do we scrap them in an effort to really focus on the things that will make us money? But to also circle back and go do those things, so that, you can make more money. That's sort of the bottom line here. Be happier, put out a better product, whatever it is. So,
Work less.
yeah. Oh my
Have
God.
the stuff that you worked on work harder for you. Tina,
Exactly.
I gotta go to Tina real quick because she
Okay.
just wrote a wonderful comment. Y'all, okay, she's our people.
She's our
Y'all,
people, y'all.
I sell cosmetics because people find it, because I'm totally dropping the ball. Wait. She's totally dropping the ball on the marketing. I get all the other stuff done, but the money making part.
Mm. See?
Yeah.
That's where that's where a lot of the times it is.
But
So
I'm not done.
oh, sorry.
But
Go
the
ahead.
steps are, and this is what makes her our people, because she's talking about rinse and repeat. But the steps are all there. Rinse and repeat from coffee and merch sites. It's just the mindset to get her done. Give yourself grace. Life happens, but not so much grace 2 years later. Thank you very much. That it's negligence.
Right. Exactly.
And the reason the reason that done for you posting plan is so like stomach turning at this point is because there are 12 million Beachbody coaches out there that would I'll take 1% or 0.01% of them to drop $27 on a 30-day posting plan that's literally going to change the trajectory of the business. That's not even to talk about the rest of the market, like Advocare, gym owners. That market is huge. You can even go into Juice Plus. Peloton now has an affiliate program, all of that. But it's just crazy how we knew you guys would be able to relate to this
Exactly.
topic.
And the negligence part of that, I love like putting it like that because number one, if you've promised something and you're not delivering, it's negligence to the people. Okay. Number two, and more so for us, it's negligence for yourself because you've done all that sweat equity to get something to that point, but then you're not reaping the rewards of it. So that's the negligent. That's the biggest part for me is that, we work so hard. Everyone works so hard in their business, I would say, and to the point where you want to work less actually. So marketing is where that last 10% usually is. And that wasn't the topic for today. Like it's really can be in any vein, but a lot of times it is that last marketing piece. So, and then like putting it out there. And there's so many reasons like imposter syndrome is like once you get there's all these course creators cuz now it's easy to build a course. Like you can get programs like Kajabi, You Teach, Thinkific, whatever it is, and create a course. But then when they get done, you have all this like, is it good enough? Like, whatever the is with
Or
it.
maybe they get past that part and they even make a post, or they send an email, but their email list is only 100 people and they don't know, or they don't feel confident or emboldened to go out and grow their email list and figure all that out. Sorry.
Yep.
Maybe that was interjecting.
Yeah. No, it's good because I mean everybody's in a different place. So your 10% is different than our 10%, then it's different than Savita's. So Savita said she needed my board to write all hers on. I mean, we couldn't write ours on every wall in this house. Like literally, ours is a big list. That we'd like to pare down. But everybody's like that. So we're trying to normalize. And that's again grit grinding grace. Like this is a little bit of the grace coming in to bless and release, forgive, whatever, identify, like hold yourself accountable, write down what that 10% is, write a plan. You cannot do them all today. You might not be able to do them for a year, but write them down and at least, we talk about
Start
it.
chipping away.
Exactly. I was going to say, we've had so many content classes, on Jessica's like our productivity queen. So make your list, prioritize it. Like don't spend 3 days doing your list. I mean, we might could spend 3 days, but our list is long. But do your list and just pick one. Like try to have some kind of reason as to why you would pick it. It's the easiest. You could, get the most bang for your buck out of this time allotment. Oh, our swag store. I can see her.
No, I was just gonna say, and then once you do that, it's backwards, but it says celebrate every damn win.
That's right. Then it makes you, here comes the grit grinding grace. Then it makes you want to do it all over again because you got the little reward. And sometimes it can be a huge reward from doing the thing. So, yeah. Exactly. So who else I mean, like, I don't know, you might not want to share, but I mean, it could be something tiny, like you still have not gone to Instagram and updated your profile. And you know that all of the people, because you're posting, that if they saw this one other thing on your profile, it might make a difference. Maybe you don't have a uh, links page or Linktree or whatever. We've taught on that too, and so you're missing opportunities because you're just sending them to the front of your website. That's not always the best thing. You want to send them to your offers. So like there's lots of stuff that I'm sure.
Or maybe you need to change your links page because it refers to Socially Inclined Academy instead of Socially Inclined Success Club now.
There you go. And again, we have identified that Academy is a little scary and Success Club is the flip to that. It's a proactive thing. So yes, if that one little change created one more person to buy, it's worth doing that. But
Tina,
we have a long list.
She said she'll share. I joined GGG and did all the setup and nothing. I don't even know how to use it because I let it sit and it's gold sitting there. I need a kick in the booty. So yeah. And Tracy, she just asked for you to kick her in the booty. So circle back to that. But so Tina, your topic is so fun. And I get, just as a little context, I get about 5 hours a week to focus on Grit, Grind, and Grace. So last time I was working on it, I was thinking to myself, I want to message Tina and ask you to do some community articles because it's a fun topic. Same goes for Jate. Like, we need some fitness content in there. We need some finance content. All of you ladies in there, hop in and write a community article. It's a blog. Irene, bring it.
Exactly. Bring your crypto to it.
The reason is, yes, it helps our site as a whole, our directory site, because you guys are creating content, but really this is about you. And it serves as kind of a secondary website. And when you go and backlink that stuff, because that's what you're going to do, right? You're going to write your blog. Yeah, you're going to write your blog and then say, and get to know me, or fantastic, compelling CTA this, and that link links back to your website. It's going to increase your domain authority.
Hey.
Which is going to help you
on that at some point.
Help you in your SEO ranking. So
exactly. So what we're trying to do is build that site so that people are coming off on all these different topics, no matter what they if they're interested in skincare, they may land there to see Jate's beautiful blog that can have video with her showing the proper way to do a plank to not kill your neck and shoulder. Or if you have terrible posture or whatever the thing is, videos can be number one in your blog, but there's a whole video section too that is a pseudo blog that builds know, like, and trust. We have a lot of traffic coming to that site. So the more content that gets on there, the more traffic will come, the more opportunity you have to sell yourself. Offers are expected there. Like, that is your place to list your offers. There's products there you can sell. Sorry, Mary Alice, this is her big time. I'm not sure if she's here, but she can list everyone, but she's listed a ton of products there, and they have had 800-900 views. So if they click and go back to her website, that's great SEO link juice there to help her site.
Link juice.
So it's win-win. It's win-win. It gets people to your site, which is what you want, that can sign up to your email list that then you can speak to. SEO link juice. That's right.
Spoken like a true 25 plus year professional right there.
That's right. And again, it's all the things. So
so in all seriousness, if you have Grit, Grind, and Grace and you're not using it, that's a great place to start. Put some products up there too, because I don't know if y'all clicked through to see that newsletter, but we'll be picking 4 or so every month to kind of spotlight where people click straight through to your products link. But just like the email that you got, I think Thursday or Friday, you've got to give us something to work from. We're not going to work extremely hard. We're not going to be reaching out to you to ask you for information to fill that profile. When we go to make that newsletter, we're going to pull the best of the best from the complete profiles there. Exactly. So make sure that you go complete it.
And if we have enough participation, we can up that to a weekly type spotlight and pull out, like, do that, like, for sure, do this, whatever, like, and really have that to speak to these people. Nikki says, okay, so we get this a lot. So let's find out the interest of the people that are here and talking. So if you're here and you're not talking, this might be of interest. So Nikki Savita says, I see a working session coming, ladies. What do you think? So like co-working is more, it's like coming on, and we probably should do that, number one, for Grit, Grind, and Grace, and really show. I need to record a video. So that's in my last 10% of really how to get the best bang for your buck out of Grit, Grind, and Grace. And buck being time, effort, whatever it is, to really get that working. But we also could do that in a co-working type situation where we're all doing our thing and then you're asking questions, to make that work. So we probably could set that up.
Yeah. When I first read that, I was thinking I need to put another community article up for my profile on Grit, Grind, and Grace. So I might just go live and walk everyone through how to do that and then put the replay somewhere for anyone who's interested.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how to let everyone know about that. I guess I could just email the Academy list. Like, hey, if you're in the Academy.
I don't know. For anybody that's on Grit, Grind, and Grace, for sure. Too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I definitely send them the replay, but like for anyone who wanted to show up with me for an hour and get a community article in there. Right. Obviously, you need to come with a little bit of content, especially if you're not a fast writer, so that we can finish it all up together. But definitely could do something like that. And I would like to do it regularly so that I can stay accountable.
And we have some tips. If you are not a writer, we have some tips to help with that. We need to do that. We need to do that as an Academy class.
I agree.
Or not a Success Club class. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. It's like writing a new year. We're gonna have to get used to saying Success Club,
right?
But
it used to be content class, so which are still gold, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm hoping that you feel better about. A lot of people want to stick their head in the sand and be like, this is where I'm at, whatever. And celebrate the 90%. Yes. Celebrate it. Yes. But then realize that if you did a little bit more, that you can make more money, have more time, whatever it is that'll do that. Make your little list. Hopefully your list is smaller. But if it's a long list, there's just more opportunities for you to improve and make more money, whatever it is. Again, whatever the measure is, it's not always money. So for us, a lot of our 10%ers equate to money. Even if it's social for you, that can equate to money. I think everything can always come back to more sales. So make your list and set a realistic expectations about how you can move through that list. It's like scheduling your marketing that needs to be done every week, like schedule 2 hours, or 2 or 4 30-minute sessions, whatever has to happen. But marketing should be done every week. You should be marketing yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to make any money. It's not going to happen. So same with this list. You're going to have to budget that time to work through these 10%ers.
For sure. Jate, if you'll reach out into chat, we can probably pull the video and help you do that.
Oh, she wants
to update her pop-up.
Yes.
All right. You put it out into the universe. Okay, Savita, we'll work on it. I would love nothing more than to have the space in my day to be like, I'm going to do a 2-hour co-working sesh right now. Come on, girls, let's do it. But it just doesn't happen like that a lot of times. Unfortunately, it has become more reactive and just kind of like addressing things as they come up. So, but we will get to a point where we can do co-working on the rig. Tina, backlog grooming will commerce. My list is my backlog, and it's going to be pages worth. But here it goes. Yep.
Exactly. I mean, you can't fix what you don't acknowledge, really. You know, and the reward of fixing this last 10% will be much greater than doing the first 90%. I guarantee you. Because you
Yeah.
were probably felt, whew, when you got to the 90%, because you knew you weren't finished. Like you knew there could be more things that you can do. And there's always, even when you get finished with the 10%, there's something else you can move on to. So,
all right, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. We're going to probably dig into some blogging or some SEO.
okay. And Nikki suggested to take like just an hour co-working session. So it might be that we can work out for sure. We wouldn't always be there. Like we would have, we might would have point. That's what we want Grit, Grind, and Grace to be too, is you being accountable. We can set up a safe space to make that happen. And so we'll talk about that and see what we can do. I think we can make that happen. And we need to be there to begin with so we can show you all the wonderful things. And Tracy too. Tracy's a huge asset. So.
Yep.
All right. Thank y'all for joining us. Go make your list. Check something off.
All right. Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you so much. Bye.